This is my 8-figure framework for setting goals that you are guaranteed to go and crush. And I'm gonna run a session right now with my sales team and help them set their goals for the year. Welcome, what's up Team USA, let's go! Basically, right, to start the year, it's very, very important that we get clear on not only what it is that we want this year, but how did we go last year? A lot of people just get caught up on rolling into the new year and being like, oh, this is what it is that I want to crush this year. But they don't realistically keep themselves accountable for the same thing that they said to themselves last year. I like to think about each year and give it like a theme. And that theme is typically like 2 or 3 words of something that it is that I want to focus on. I like to kind of like break up the year and think about like what are the 1 to 2, maximum 3 things that the theme that I want to achieve. Whether that's getting in shape, whether that's making money, whether it's having a great relationship, or whatever it might be, there's going to be a theme to it. We've broken it up into finances, personal, fitness, fun, and relationships. If you add a 10 financially, how would you rate last year? Same thing for personal. Same thing for fitness. How did you go for those last year? If you didn't hit them, why didn't you hit them? Same thing for fun. How would you rate yourself on the level of fun that you have? Because if you're not having fun, like who gives a fuck? Because life is short. And then the same thing on the relationships. Whether you're in a relationship, how are the quality of those? Are you showing up? Are you being a good partner? No one else is gonna hold you guys accountable for all of this shit. So if you don't hold yourself accountable, who's gonna do it? No one. And then you just drift through life. Only dead fishes go with the flow. You have to come up with a plan. It has to be very, very clear. And then you just have to get up there and get after it. The same system that we use to score ourselves is exactly what we use to set our goals. Then the other question that I like to ask myself is, what is the number 1 goal out of all of my goals that if I just hit that one goal would make everything else irrelevant? After I answer that is just what actions would I need to take to make it unreasonable for me not to hit that number 1 goal? So let's just say that you set a goal that you want to earn 200 grand this year. So that's the end. And then we back into that goal and we look at our stats and we say, how many deals would I need to do to make 200 grand on my commission structure? I'd need to do this many sales. And let's just say that we arrive at the number of $150 a day. You wouldn't pick that number. If it's 150, if I did $250 in a day, that would be something that I would do that would make it unreasonable not for me to make $200,000 this year. You don't want everything to have to go perfectly. Maybe you go on holiday, maybe you get sick, and then you need to have $250 a day in order for it to all average out and for you to get there. But all of these are nothing and all of these are meaningless because it's easy to write down that you do $250 a day. Making money in sales is very simple, it is not easy. And so the why is the thing that will drive you through that, is making that why so big that the how becomes easy. Because the reason that you want to earn 200 grand is way bigger than the pain that you have to go through to make the $250 a day, or to wake up at 5 a.m. and hit the gym, or to do all the things that it is that you want to do. And if you don't know what it is that your why is right now, a quick and easy hack is just to look at the people who rely on you and the people that you would love to support and help, and just think about them and make them your why if you don't have anything bigger than that. But this thing can't be about you. You can't be like, I want to earn 200 grand so I can buy 500 pairs of Yeezys. You have to have something that is greater than yourself that it is that you're going after. I can guarantee you one thing for certain is that there are going to be multiple days and weeks this year where you don't feel like getting after it. Like you've really got to make the most of these years. To know and not to do is not to know. And a lot of the times people know and they don't do because the why isn't big enough to get them to do. So they may as well just not even know. Like you can know the best way to handle a call, the best way to deal with prospects. But if you're not doing that because you don't have the motivation to get after it, then you may as well not even know how to do that. I've got start with the end in mind and back into your goal. If you're gonna think about like, hey, what is it that I want to achieve this year? How much are you gonna weigh? How much lean muscle mass are you gonna put on? How much fat are you gonna lose? Whatever those goals are for you, don't say, I want to weigh 75 kgs and have that as the goal. How are you gonna do that? All right, I need to lose 500 grams per week in order to do that. All right, how do I lose lose 500 grams. You have to get that crazy and forensic about it. After you get that forensic about it, is just looking at like setting up a system. I have guardrails on my goals. This is the yearly goal. So just say for you guys, it's I want to earn 200 grand. I need to make 50 grand a quarter. If I don't make 50 grand in the next quarter, this is what happens. And there's a parallel. Don't hit 50 grand, double call volume. Sacrifice Saturday to follow up. Send out 5 pipe bombs a day. And then you hold yourself accountable, not at the end of the year. You weigh yourself every day as it's a personal fitness goal. And you're like, I didn't hit the goal in the first quarter. If I continue to do what I'm currently doing right now, then I won't hit my goal this year. And you catch it 90 days in, not at 12 months in. Understanding that if you're setting a goal, the goal is going to be something greater than the level that you're at right now. Your present self is an accumulation of your past habits and daily actions. You're coming up with a plan right now to hit your goals, and typically you're going to be changing something that you're doing right now, because if you don't, then I can pretty much guarantee you're not going to hit your goals. And this might sound like a lot of work. Yeah, it is. But typically, if the goal is big enough, then the work is going to be worthwhile. It's not enough just to work out what the financial goals are, because like you are a human being and you are like an energy unit. The person that has the most energy and has the most output is able to get more volume in than everybody else. And if you get more volume in and you really pay attention to the feedback loop and you work on your approach, then you get the most skills from getting the most reps in, and you become a killer because you get really, really dialed into your process. When I had sales roles before King Kong, I was always the #1 producer at any company that I ever worked for however long that I ever worked there. If I was on an 8-hour shift on the telephones, I would be at level 10 energy, just fucking cranking. So I knew that it was inevitable that I was going to be the best in that role, because people wouldn't be able to roll at that level, because then I could get done with very high output what someone would get done in an 8-hour shift in 4 hours and do double the sales of them. So for you guys, it's about like, cool, you rock up to work, it's a 7.5 hour day. You know that you're not going to be able to roll at 100% for that 7.5 hours. So what does that look like for you? Do you make the majority of your calls before lunch? Like, how do you structure up your energy in that day to get the most output? So once you write down where your goals are, do the exercise of looking at those goals and go, forget that that's my goals. What is the type of character that the person that would hit those goals have? What would their work ethic be? What are the things that they would do? The only shortcut to hit your goals is just to become somebody that's worthy of hitting your goals. But the biggest thing is just holding yourself accountable. No one does it. You want to demand more of yourself than anybody else demands of you, because you're the captain. And this isn't a dress rehearsal. You're not going to get another run at it. The pillow doesn't lie. When you go to sleep at night, you know. Cool? Let's go out. Let's go get it. So that's how you get it done. Basically getting very, very clear on where it is that you want to go, but not only where you want to go, but where is it your team wants to go. Your vision needs to be big enough to be able to have the people that work within your business have their goals and their vision to fit within your vision, and you facilitating and breaking that down and helping them, not just within their current role and their responsibilities and where it is in supporting you to get to where it is that you want to go, but where it is that they want to go.